Welcome into the First Alert News Center. I'm Hannah Burbank, and here are today's top stories, starting with story number 5. A Lower Richland woman is flooded with frustration over conditions at her home. In a new lawsuit, John Wilk said stormwater from a controversial, now under investigation Richland 1 construction project is causing massive headaches. Wilkes' home in the Creekside neighborhood is only separated from the Vince Ford Early Learning Center project by a small easement. She said any significant rain event leaves puddles in her den and around the house. The situation has made her home, quote, unlivable, the lawsuit claims. Richland 1 says they do not comment on pending litigation. Moving on to our fourth top story. The Kershaw County Coroner's Office identified a fisherman who was found dead Friday morning at Watery River. The man was identified as 38-year-old Antonio Hernandez. His body was recovered at the tail race on the Lugoff side of the river behind the Lake Watery Dam. The coroner classified Hernandez's death as a drowning. He first went missing Thursday around 4:30 in the afternoon. His body was found this morning. According to the coroner, there will be an autopsy conducted on Monday. Now to our third top story. A Georgia man on the run out of Cobb County for attempting to kill a police officer was captured in Richland County, South Carolina after a 2-hour standoff. And that's according to the Sheriff's Department that put out a news release. 39-year-old Julio Figueroa was staying with a family member on Summer Court in the Carriage Oak subdivision. Inside the home was a woman and 2 young children, which Richland County deputies safely removed from the home before Figueroa barricaded himself inside. That's according to the news release as well. Now, after 2 hours, Figueroa was uncooperative, according to the department, and deputies with Richland County Special Response Team used gas to effect compliance, the news release said. Deputies said Figueroa surrendered after this and was taken into custody. Further details about the incident that led to the initial charges were not immediately clear. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more of your top stories after this.
January 11th of 2020.
It was heartbreaking to see all of the damage that happened at North Central High School because of an EF2 tornado that happened luckily over the weekend. Now so much has changed in the community. The buses are back in place. The school looks amazing. They've done such a good job. There's just so much resiliency here, and we're proud.
WIS 10, connection happens here.
Welcome back to today's top stories. We pick back up with story number 2. The Columbia Metropolitan Airport announced the ground stop put into place early Friday morning has been lifted, according to a Facebook post. The ground stop was put into place following a global IT outage, which grounded flights, knocked banks offline, and took media outlets off air. The outage was traced to an update made by cybersecurity firm CrowdStrike. And speaking of, we are moving on to our top story of the day. A faulty software update caused technological havoc worldwide today, grounding flights, like we said, knocking down some financial companies' news outlets, and disrupting hospitals, small businesses, and government offices. The trouble was sparked by an update issued by cybersecurity firm CrowdStrike and only affected its customers running Microsoft Windows, the world's most popular operating system for personal computers. Now, businesses and governments worldwide experienced hours-long disruptions, their computer monitors glowing blue with error messages, and they scrambled to deal with the fallout. CrowdStrike CEO said some of their systems will require time-consuming manual fixes. But that is all for today's top stories. You can find all of these stories and more on our website, WISTV.com.